Tonight, a real conversation with the Ocala police chief after one of his officers had a gun shoved in his face. Now, the suspect went to jail, but he is alive because the officer tackled him instead of shooting him.
News 6's Eric Von Enken breaks down the body camera video with the police chief and looks at what officers have at the back of their minds these days in situations like this.
You guys are in any kind of trouble. I know.
From the first moment Officer Jordan Decker encounters these two, he's trying to help.
You guys happen to come with me, and I'll give you a ride over to your house.
He was called to downtown Ocala over a report of a drunk couple that had just left the bar, so he offers to drive them home.
Let's go. All right.
After he drops them off at their house, the officer is still trying to help. He says he witnesses the man, identified by investigators as Trevor Henderson, put his hands on the woman.
I saw him grab you and pull you.
And then Officer Decker's body camera video shows what happens next.
He's my boyfriend. He's my, you know what I mean?
Dude, put down the gun. Put down. Oh, really?
That could have resulted in the death of my police officer very, very easily.
Ocala Police Chief Mike Balkin calls the video chilling. He says if Officer Decker had reacted to the gun in his face with his own gun and opened fire and even killed Henderson, the officer would have been justified.
Just because you're justified to pull your firearm and engage a target doesn't mean that that's what you should do, and that maybe not be the smartest thing to do.
So the officer instantly and instinctively, the chief says, grabs the suspect's hand with the gun in it and tackles him.
Are you calm down?
Yeah, of course.
No cop comes to work at this agency or any other agency, and I've been to a lot of them around the country, and says, yeah, I really hope I get to draw my gun tonight.
The chief says his officers, like police across the country, are trained over and over to solve every situation with the least amount of force possible. But the chief admits he now worries officers may choose to use too little force at times to avoid public scrutiny.
I think that's becoming an issue for us. We should be held to a certain standard, and I, as a chief, welcome that. But what I never want to happen is that an officer hesitates and it costs somebody their lives because of fear of, reprisals for doing a very difficult job in a very difficult time.
Is it happening?
Yeah, I do think it's happening, sure. How do you combat that? Through training.
And the chief tells me because training is so crucial in how police officers handle real-life situations, he says he has now doubled the size of his training staff here at the department. Since he took over, he says the PD continues to grow. He's got 300 employees, now 200 of which are sworn officers. In Ocala, Eric Von Enken getting results together. News 6.